Hey there, Nancy.
Hey Mark, how are you?
Well, thank you. Can you hear me good?
I can.
Excellent. Excellent. We had a ton of people that signed up. Let's see, you and I are the only ones here so far. Oh boy. Unless my webmaster got the wrong link, uh, which I hope that wasn't the case. So,
Yeah.
so how you doing?
Hanging in there. Yeah.
And any news?
No, the biopsy did not work, so they didn't get the tumor material. So now they want me to do a PET scan.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's full of surprises. Good surprises.
Thanks.
There was a fellow I worked with someone came up to me and asked me if I'd worked with someone in India, Bombay area, or excuse me, somewhere in India. And I said, yeah, sure. And so I prayed for him, and uh, he was filled with cancer,
Mm.
supposedly. And the you went the next day, the grandfather went the next day for x-rays and scans and stuff. And the machine broke where all they saw that they thought it broke where all they saw was light. And
Oh,
I know. And so a lot of they thought light leaked in. And he went for another one a couple days later after he found that out, and all the cancer was gone. And I pray that is a similar situation with you.
beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You.
I'm most curious, and truly pray, that you do feel better and that, mentally, physically, every way. Where
Thank
is
you.
everyone? There were thousand, not thousand, but a lot of people. There are at least 20, 25 people.
Where did they go?
I have no clue.
Oh
That's
my
you and I
God.
so far. Yeah, I know. So I don't understand. Ah,
Is it warm there today?
well, it was 85.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, and we were suffering here. People just wearing jackets and boots, scarves, hats, gloves, you know.
Funny.
And so I'm
It's a
really
picture.
surprised where everyone is here.
Hmm.
Come on, people. So in any case, talk to me. Tell me, do you want me to work with the tumors again, hon?
It's a good
Or is there something,
question.
what else?
No, my sister had back surgery on Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and or I don't know what day it was, but she's home.
Good.
Um, and she's just dealing with a boatload of pain, and it's Jane, the one that helps Allie.
Yeah.
Um, and I tried to get her to come here. I'm too tired. I'm too tired. I just can't. I'm like, and
Well,
she's
she's
like,
suffering. Yes. When did she have her surgery?
I think it was last Tuesday, and she came home Friday.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, and she's like, I'm just in too much pain. I said, don't you know that that's what this is for, honey? She's like, I'm too tired. She's crabby.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Uh, yeah, God. Let me see here. Someone messaged me, I think.
oh,
Uh,
good.
no, that was connect with someone you met. Connect now. Okay, five going. There's a ton of people. Oh, here's someone, Mike Sam.
There we go.
Yay. That's one person. Yeah. So, the tiredness is she's probably wiped out from the pain meds and from everything else and the surgical procedure. And I
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah. She didn't sleep last night, but she had a little cat nap today, so she's hoping she'll sleep tonight. So
Yeah. And her name is Jane.
correct.
Okay. Did I meet her in Wisconsin?
No, she couldn't come because her surgery lineup.
Oh, okay.
She was
Hey there, Mike.
planning on it. Couldn't
How
do
you
it.
doing, Mike?
Well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
I had at least 20 signups,
Hmm.
and so far there's three of us. So that's okay. That's all right. And all right, so let me work with you want me to work with Jane?
That would be great.
Sure, I'd be more than happy to.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Mike, it's 85. It was 85 today. So,
Well, it's summer here. It's like 50.
Yeah.
all right,
Where
let
are
me work.
you, Mike?
What's that?
Sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
said, where are you, Mike?
Pardon me?
Where are you?
I'm in Chicago, outside
Oh,
of
okay.
Chicago in the suburb.
Okay. We're neighbors then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the Midwest there. All right. So let me work with Jane a little bit here.
Thanks.
Please do keep me updated about her. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And by tomorrow, if you can.
Okay.
And what about you, young lady? What do you want
Mm.
me to work with these where they're going to be scanning the tumors?
Sure.
All
Sure.
right. Every once in a while, I'll be looking up to see if anyone else wants to come in the room. But
Okay.
oh,
Good.
and will you please keep me updated on this?
I will. Thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
awesome. Hey, Aria, how you doing, hon? Are you there? Oh, she's connecting. Hey, Kavita. Hi. How you doing, Kavita?
I'm okay. How are you?
Excellent. Well, good to see you. Thanks for being here, everyone. And Aria's having a little difficulty in connecting here, it looks like. Let's see if she connects. And it's funny, Mike, I had about 20, maybe 25 people, I'm not sure, 20, I think, um, or more sign up to join tonight. And there's only six of us, which is great, but that means I'll get to go and eat sooner.
Yeah. Nothing's all good or all bad. There's always a little good in the bad and a little bad in the good.
And it's not really bad because it's always leading into something else. It's within us, or it's
Yeah.
never the end of the story, which is fantastic. And I hear you. I hear you. And um, Anything in particular, Mike? How you doing? How's your knee or your back or whatever?
My
Okay.
knee is it's getting well, I've got arthritis in my knees, but
Yes,
the torn meniscus is getting better. I had a day about a week and a half ago, a day and a half or so. I wasn't able to do the exercises I wanted to,
sure.
or something like that. My knees bothered me for like a day after that. They bothered me for about a day, and I'm thinking, oh man, this isn't getting well. And but you see, I mislead myself all the time. And so then the following day, I went to the gym, and when I got on the bike and started using the bike, it was holy cow, this meniscus really feels good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very glad to hear that. Awesome. All right. And is there anything in particular you'd like me to work with here?
Uh, th- just I guess you can bless my left knee again.
Sure. I'd be more than glad to.
Thank you.
And again, I see you in my perception saying, holy cow, and being good, holy cow.
Right.
So that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's like God's energy is flowing through me, even though I neglect knowing that.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear this.
Thank you.
And any questions, any comments about anything? Hey there, Patty. How you doing, hon?
Mark, hi
Good,
everyone.
good to see you.
Good
Been
to
a
see
long
you.
time.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Um, a couple short announcements is that I do see people by appointments either on Zoom or FaceTime or by telephone. And also, what else? Please feel free to, on the website is, I think on the right-hand side is the website's being worked and it's being, where all the broken links are, they're trying to fix them all and uh, they're redesigning it a little bit. My new webmaster and also manager and for the web and social media and stuff like that. And so I think it's on the right-hand side. If you find it within your heart to give a gifting, please feel free. It helps people. I do feed people, and I give them food, uh, and sometimes money, but food for sure. And it also helps people who cannot afford an appointment or contribute to that. And so please feel free to gift. And let's see, the appointments, the gifting, what else is there? I got a workshop coming up, I believe on the 17th of March. And it'll be another venue of intuition. So please take care of that. It's on the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, an hour and a half a day from 11:30 to 1 in the afternoon. And if you need to miss a day or something like that, it'll be recorded. So you'll have a link to a private YouTube channel and where you'll be able to see them as many times as you want. And um, uh, so, take advantage of these things. Also on the 20th is a 2-hour workshop on the same venue of the intuition. Uh, the workshops are powerful. I've had the same people for the past 5 years or 6 years now, coming every single month. They're just blown away by what's being said and done and stuff. So take advantage of these things. Also, this new web manager is going to be really rocking and rolling with me and getting me out there a lot more. She feels that I deserve to be out there a little bit more. So take advantage of the appointments and also of the gifting tab. Other than that, any questions or comments I can try to answer, please. There's so few of us tonight, which is great. Anything, please. Anything. Don't be a chicken liver. Come on. All right. Let's see. Voicemail. Where was it? So, all right. Let me see here. There's this, let me see if I can find this little guy. I wrote a couple notes here. When we're working with the emotional, either in ourselves or in others, I really believe that putting aside the judgments that we have from the emotional, whenever we're going through an emotional dilemma, drama, or trauma, we're going to have judgments within ourselves. And it's just emotional feeling. Otherwise, what happens if we don't put it aside, it gets into the way. And I think it takes the attention psychologically and spiritually. It takes the attention as you do put it aside off of us. And I think that's very needed in our lives. So when we're, say, even in front of another person, and there's an emotional dilemma, drama, or trauma going on, what I've learned to do in my life, and I still learn at times, I still experience it. What I try to do with all my heart is to watch and observe. I have to remind myself to watch and observe. Very important. It's watching someone uh, as they talk or express themselves, and it's learning to be outside of yourself, watching and observing as you're trying to understand what they're really trying to say, versus the sounds coming out of their mouth. What we want to do automatically is defend ourselves or be in the throes of something. And I think that's totally unnecessary, and it just digs us deeper into the emotional dilemma. And it usually ends up in an argument or someone feeling distraught or whatever. I say catch yourself, try to be conscious in catching yourself and not reacting, because that's what you're doing, is reacting the situation. And just listen objectively. And it's trying to catch yourself. It's difficult to do initially, but once you do it, you find that it's easy to do thereafter in other situations. And you're being observant, and you're not having any kind of conversation within yourselves as you're catching yourself. It's almost like you're being blank inside by listening and observing and watching. The idea is to observe as deeply as we can, and then you'll notice what a person, when you're being objective, you'll notice what let me let these people in here. Cool. All right. As you're being observant, you'll notice what the people are saying by acting out what they've experienced all their lives, if that makes sense. What taught them to be who they are, what they are, why they are today. And our ability is, once we learn how to do this, it turns into a tool by separating yourself from that. And they'll be talking to you or venting to you. And as you listen to them through objective observation versus reaction, you'll notice that they lose their fire of the emotional dilemma, drama, or trauma. And it's simple to practice, and it's difficult to catch yourself though. And the idea is to try to catch yourself. Does that make sense? Anyone? Does that make sense there, Nancy? Yeah. And Mike?
It
Do you,
does. Being an
cool.
objective observer of ourselves or anyone is the key to understanding, I think.
Yes, yes, it is. And uh, the next step in that tool, if you learn how to do that, to be objective and observant versus reactive in an emotional dilemma, drama, or trauma, as you're observing them, you'll get to see literally where they learned that in their life, whether it be
Cool.
from the mother or the father or siblings or friends or people that they've run into in their life. You'll get to actually see, and it's like a knowing will come to you, and
Yeah.
that's how we hear and see is through the knowing.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very good tool to learn how to utilize. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just thinking about an hour ago when I was doing something about a while back, a friend of mine, a guy I know, he was all irritated uh, about his niece because he wanted her to do something or whatever, and she was just didn't want anything to do with it.
Mhm.
And I told him he was all upset. I said, all you're thinking about is how you feel. I said, you need to be able to have a sense of what she's going through and put
Sure.
yourself in her place
Yeah,
and,
and where
and
she learned that.
making her choices. Yeah.
Yeah, and where she learned that from. We learn these things that we act out from younger ages. We're taught that by example from other people, things we hear about, read about, see, witness, and situations that happen with us. Well, we learned this from experience, and we saw it one time at a fairly young age, usually between the ages of 3 to 7 or 9, and then we get to be shown it again, and then it becomes a set pattern where we replicate that because we see, as destructive as it is, we see that it's the way life is. So we want to be acceptable to other people, and we react that way in life. And it's all reactions though, and it's very destroying, and it creates low-grade illness within us. So yeah, very good. Very, very good, Mike. Yeah,
Well, instead of if he could let go of his own, or if I'm in that situation and I let go of my own anguish, I
there
can
you go.
actually sympathize with that other person and appreciate that everybody struggles, and that
Sure.
person I care about is having their struggles, and I can emotionally support, that life is tough and I'm here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Cool. Um, let's see. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hi, hello.
Uh,
How are
Hi,
you?
welcome.
Thank you.
So, oh gosh, how did you hear about us, Angie?
I don't, I sort of subtly kind of knew about you, and I
Oh,
think that
cool.
maybe since you've been around for so many years, that maybe I attended something years ago, but
Oh,
you
wow.
didn't seem new to me, even though I'm sort of new now to coming to this meetup.
Oh, awesome. So tell me
Yeah.
something. What city do you live near or in?
Los Angeles,
All right. I did an event there years ago.
you did?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Los Angeles has had a lot of events.
cool. Well,
Yeah,
welcome. Welcome.
thank
Uh,
you.
and Jen, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, how are you? I'm doing great.
Well,
Thank you.
awesome. And what city are you in again?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh
I'm in
my
Ann
goodness, that's
Arbor.
right. That's
Yep.
right. That's right. Oh my God. All right, cool. And a couple little, and I've already worked with a couple people, but a couple little announcements I want to make for the new people that just joined. I do have the tab on my website for gifting. Please feel free. It does help people. I do feed people as well. And it also helps to keep us going, and it also helps to support those to some degree who don't have anything, and as far as wanting appointments and stuff like that. And other than that, I do see people on Zoom appointments if anyone's interested. And I have also FaceTime appointments and telephone appointments and in-person appointments in the Scottsdale, Arizona area. And if anyone wants to sponsor me to the area, I'm more than happy. I'll give you the criteria. So that's my spiel. And other than that, hey, Fantumara, how are you?
Hey, fine. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Well, thank you. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for hosting this.
Oh, my pleasure. My total pleasure. And any questions or comments before we start? Please, anything.
I have a question.
Oh, please, Nancy.
So if you were to work with my mother, who's 93, has dementia, and has these goes in waves of having horrible times of struggle emotionally, like, well,
Okay,
forgetting and then getting upset that she's like, oh, and like today she's
sure.
like, I'm sick, you know, I'm stupid, I'm sick, I can't remember anything. When I've
I
been here.
understand.
Upside
So,
down.
do you
Yeah.
work with your higher self, or how do you?
I work with her body. I work with her mind. And the higher self is perfect. You can't screw that up. So
Okay.
that's my impression of spirituality in that
Mm-hmm.
aspect. You can't screw up spirit. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to heal the body, the mind, and the spirit." You can't heal spirit; it's already perfect.
True.
And in my understanding, and teaching experience, so same thing with the higher self. And the higher self is already in communication with her, but it's so there's a degression that happens in the body and the brain. Um, well, especially with the brain, with the disease. And so sometimes people, when I work with them through other people and stuff, they do have a little greater peace within themselves, and they get to do more of a retrospection within themselves to work out everything that's being uh, brought up in their minds, in their brain, through the misfiring of the neurons and everything. And so sometimes they get ease in that.
Thank
So
you.
that's the only way I know how to answer the question right now. And
Okay, thanks.
all right. Anyone else want to try to stump me? I love questions. Please, anything. Anyone?
I have one.
Oh, please.
Um, why do some people heal and some people don't?
Good question. I believe that everyone is individualistic, and some people have their path in life to experience something, which is also a reflection that other people, uh, get to witness as well, get to see, and it affects them as well. Another reason uh, might be, we're here and we're here to learn stuff and to accept something so much greater within ourselves if we're capable of doing that. Some people aren't, and that's their nature. Uh, there's people that poo-poo this, which is fine. I've worked with agnostics and existentialists, and their minds are blown away. And there are some people that say, "Oh, I want to believe," but they don't necessarily want to give themselves to something greater or accept that there is something more. And some people, their bodies are on this path, like before we mentioned, that it's not for them. They need to go through what they're going through, which is more apt to be karmic, unfortunately. A lot of people that are experiencing discomforts or pains or stuff like that, uh, that we think they are in their dire states, they may not be. It's the people around them that think they're in pain, that that person is in pain. And I've seen that happen many a time as well, with various diseases or whatever. And that's why I mostly work with injury, biological, neurological, and stuff like that, skeletal. Mike, did you have something you wanted to say, friend? Oh, okay. All right. And um,
Yeah,
that's
Mark,
right.
I have something to say. The
Please.
video is being recorded, so you're gonna put it in another platform, or is it just for yourself?
No, it's not for myself. It's going to be on the if you look at you'll see the past healing circles are on my YouTube channel.
Oh,
And so you can go I think you can get to it by my website.
oh, I see. And
And
then,
yes, and then
okay,
you can view it if you want, because you've joined already.
yeah,
And so it is available.
I see.
I hope
Because
that answers.
somebody have like, yes, a safety issue and stuff, then it's better that I turn off my
Oh,
camera.
that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. No problem.
Alright.
And let's see, any other questions or comments I can try to answer, please? Aria?
I just asked you the question.
Okay. Anything else, hon?
Oh, no, thank you. That helped.
All
Sorry,
right.
I
I
didn't
hope so.
understand. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Nancy, any other questions or Mike, comments, please?
You,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
Mike.
I remember probably about 10 years ago or so, I was at work and I was on the computer looking up some stuff I needed to, and I got this idea in my head that one of my coworkers was going to fall. And I thought,
Sure.
this is stupid. Just get it out of your head. And then that coworker and me were actually the overtime people, and we had a case to do.
Sure.
Uh, this was in radiology, putting drains in and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she had to go to the next room to get something. On the way back, she fell.
Oh my. Yeah.
It was like, oh my God. And I called you up that evening, and you told me if you think something like that, you should actually change your thinking, and that
Yes.
maybe she slipped, but she didn't fall. She didn't hurt herself or anything, thank God.
Thank
It
goodness.
was
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah. I remember the first, right when I was a novice in my order, I just went in and out. I guess I'd been there about a week or two, and I was on the third floor in the novice quarters. And there was, I was looking out the window, no one else was there. And um, as I was looking out the window across the street, I saw someone, this fellow underneath the car fixing, I guess it was a tire or something, and a part of the car in front. And he was on a little dolly, and I started imagining this. It was all in my imagination that the wheel was actually off, or excuse me, the tire was off, and it was just a metal wheel. And so I imagined that the wheel was slipping, and the jack was slipping, and then the wheel fell on him. Then, right when um, I thought that one of the sisters burst into my room, the novice quarters, And she starts yelling at me. And I said, what are you talking about? And she says, look out that window. And the guy had come out, but the car fell. And and so I realized then that every word, every thought, every action is our living prayer, literally. And so I had to learn from that moment on. I always kept conscious of that time. And whenever I had I learned then whenever I had a destructive thought to get it the hell out of my head and change the scenario, flip it around, where something is creative versus destructive. So good point. Good point, Mike. Yeah. And
Yeah, I struggle with that some, like in traffic. It's like, oh my God,
there we
am I
go. Yeah.
getting an accident? And then right away I remember what you said.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah. And the idea is to learn how to catch ourselves, and that becomes easier as we practice that as well. And the destructive times, as we start to transform it into constructive, the destructive times happen less and less and further in between. So we have an opportunity to actually see, prayer in action, whatever prayer we use. It doesn't matter. I don't use prayer in a religious way. I use it as a picture in our mind of what we want to manifest in our life, or the lives of others, whatever. We're always praying. We're always praying for people. We don't need their permission. At the same time, we be thinking of someone, oh, I hope they're feeling better. That's a prayer when you have a thought. Or I don't like that person. That's a prayer. And we're always using it. We don't need someone's permission. We do it anyway. And so it's within us. And the more conscious we are of that, the more dynamic that prayer will take on, the dynamics of it. And we get to witness it. We get to see it. Cool. Any questions or comments about that? Anything, anyone? All
Yes.
right.
Mark,
Please.
will you repeat that again? Was it every thought is a living prayer?
Yeah, every word, every thought, and every action is our living prayer. Literally. Literally. We think something, we're actually having a prayer within ourselves for us or for someone else or a situation. Uh, every word that comes out of our mouth carries power, force, and energy. And there's fruition the more conscious we are of that. Every action that we do is our living prayer. Yeah. And I learned that part. The last one with the action is I was assigned dishes to do the dishes for 60 or 70 or 80 people. And I was the dish guy at the end of the night after dinner. And so uh, I was thinking, oh, I don't want to do this. I hate doing dishes. I'm terrible at this, and I don't care how they turn out. Those were my first thoughts. Then all of a sudden, it was like a voice came to me from within myself, and it said, enjoy yourself. Have fun with this. And so I started to have fun with it. And I was finished in no time. I was in a flow. It was incredible. And ever since then, I've always loved to do dishes. So because there's focus when you're doing something, you're focusing, and you're so deep involved in the focus of it all, you get to experience, aha moments in life. So things that come to you that you wondered about, and that's what aha moments are for me. I hope that makes sense, Jen.
It does make sense. And this just brings me back to the thought of do all things with joy, right? I mean,
Yes,
if that's the root, there we are.
there you go.
Ah,
There you go. And
thank you.
it's in that joy that life happens,
Right.
a true life. Yes, as we learn to enjoy and become involved in it. Yes. Cool. And no one bothers you while you're doing dishes. So that's one of the pluses. So Uh, all right, let's move right along here. I've already worked with Nancy and Mike. How about you, Kavita? How you doing?
Okay, a little tired today, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Had
okay.
about 2 hours of sleep, so I'm exhausted
Oh my
today.
God.
Yeah. Can I just have a blessing? I'm having the ultrasound for the ovarian cysts next
Oh,
Monday, so just a
yes,
blessing that
I
they're
would
gone.
be honored. Yes, sure. And please do keep me updated, everyone, as I work with you. I really appreciate that. You got it, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Hey, Patty.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, anything in particular?
Yes, I would like you to work on my husband, Mark,
I
who
know.
who today was diagnosed with the flu at an urgent care center.
Okay,
So it seems
sure,
kind of light. He is taking medication, but I'd like to see it move along super fast.
sure. You got it.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Want to expand the screen a little bit here. Sorry. There we go. Yay. All right. What's really also going to help is, stick a garden hose down his throat and turn it on. He needs a lot of water.
Oh, I wish you could tell him that. I tried.
I know, but you got to really push it down him.
Okay, I'll work harder on that. Thanks.
And don't leave until or don't stop bugging him until he drinks. And not just a little bit. I don't care how stubborn he is. More and more water.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good. Yeah, what about you?
Oh, well, actually, today I'm experiencing intestinal pains because I ate the wrong foods.
Oh,
I thought I was doing fine until I ate the foods that caused the trouble.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, were they food from home or were they food from ordering out?
Yeah, it's grains. I shouldn't
Okay,
be eating the grains I'm eating.
okay, all righty. And I also got a sense that whether it be conscious or not, I don't know, but you also had a gut feeling not to have that.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
so,
We go.
all right, let me work with you. And one really good thing to do is when you're laying flat, is to put both your hands on your belly and digestive tract there, especially
Right,
in your belly,
right.
and imagine the discomfort that you're feeling as a deep red, like a globule inside of you. Then keep that red there for a little while, and then watch your hands emanating a deep yellow from the center of that globule and spreading out. And keep doing that until it's all yellow inside.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, and that'll get rid of a lot of that. We have that power ability to do that. And so that's a good exercise for anyone who has abdominal discomforts or even food poisoning. So, all right. Do you notice any difference in how you feel, Patty, or is it about the same, worse, or better, or
Uh,
what?
It's still there, but immediately I felt like it started burning, and then
Good.
it was literally rolling like waves.
Okay, and now let me do a little bit more, hon.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, Mark.
My blessing, my honor, my pleasure. All right. Kavita, anything in particular, my dear? Turn on your mic. Turn on your mic.
My eyes are still bothering me.
Oh,
Still have that
sure.
burning
Yep.
in the eyes.
All right. Have you done that hot rag?
Yeah, I do that. I put the hot rag on my
Good. And
eyes.
that helps. That helps. All right. Let's see if that doesn't help, hon.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sure. All right. And Aria, anything in particular, my friend?
Just wondering if you could say a blessing. My son has a doctor appointment on Friday to establish care in a free health clinic, which is
Mhm.
great. And the people who work in the free health clinic are working for free, the doctors that work there. So if you could say a blessing that he gets a doctor that's
Really good. Right on.
perfect. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Sure.
His
My
name is
pleasure.
Sam. Thank you.
Okay. Sure. He'll have a doctor that is so caring.
Great.
He will. And very
Thank you.
compassionate person. And, you know, he'll have a good doctor.
That's what he wants. Thank you so much.
Excellent. And he may or may not compute it, but the doctor will be very compassionate.
Okay,
Good, excellent.
thank you.
Fatumata, please, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anything in
Yeah,
particular you'd like? Go
yeah,
ahead,
very
hon.
well. Yeah, you pronounce it very well. Yeah, emotional blessing for, yeah, emotional healing. Blessing
For
for
you,
emotional healing.
for you.
Yeah, for me.
All right. What I'd like you to do, and you have to do it my way. You can't add anything to it or cheat on this or anything else. What I'd like you to do, are you sitting back, hon?
Yeah, I'm sitting.
Okay, good. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and tell me when your eyes are closed.
Stay close.
Okay, good. Now, don't open them while I'm doing this exercise with you. I want you to totally picture feeling emotional distress and tell me when you can really feel it on from your last situation. Can you feel that?
Yeah,
Okay. Now, really quickly open and close your eyes. Did it?
yeah.
Okay. Now, give me one moment here. All right. Now, try to remember the emotional distress and tell me what it's like now, what you felt, if it's different, the same, worse, or better.
My body just shifted, like,
But what about the emotional distress, hon?
uh,
What's it like now compared to before? Be candid. Can you remember it?
not really. My mind is all over.
Can you focus on the emotional distress anymore? Yes or no?
Uh,
Very simply, yes or no?
I mix up two emotional together. So now, like
What, hon?
I mix up two emotional, at the same time. So
And do
uh,
you feel the same way that you did the first time?
yeah, two different things, like two different emotional stuff. So
I only asked you to focus on one thing and focus on that one thing and tell me if it's the same.
just say heat, like
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens from that, hon. All right. And thank you so much.
mm,
And please do keep me updated if you try to, if you can replicate that later. Okay. All right. Angie, anything in particular, my dear friend?
Yes, that was interesting what you were saying earlier about what you think is, I guess, what can come about, or what is like a prayer or something.
Yes.
Um, because on the day that I remember, the day that that I got this thing with my finger, that it just changed, because it's been injured before. And so it
Mhm.
always has had an injury from years ago. And that on
Sure.
the day that it changed over to actually being this trigger finger thing, I actually was telling someone, this finger will never be the same because of, an injury I got at a different job doing repetitive things, with my hand, whatever. And so from that day forward, I had trigger finger. So it just, and I also had a client, a patient that was very intense on that day.
Mhm.
And it was like, when someone looks at you in a very evil way. No, that's what happened that day too. So it all was happening on that one day. And I remember when it happened. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And we pick up the cooties.
yes, yes,
We get the
awfully, in
cooties.
an awful way. That's how it happened. And just this last few weeks, I don't know if I was lifting groceries, but my other finger, my thumb, actually right around my thumb, I've been having pain, and that's getting better now. I think that was just like a strain or something. And I might have been sleeping on my hand. That can happen where,
Yes, it can.
if you
Yeah,
sleep kind of, you're on your arm or something when you're sleeping. So that could have happened
sure.
there. I hope that's healing. But so I just wonder, I have other things that, like, people bring up, emotional things, um, psychological things that, also I have always been having for a long time going on.
Okay.
So,
All right. And what would you like me to work with?
well, I guess still working on the finger would be a good thing. Just to,
All right.
because it's still there.
And it's on your left hand,
It's on my right hand.
your right hand? Okay. And I don't need to know which finger.
Okay.
Tell me if you sense or feel something happening that's different.
Okay.
Felt something there. Can you sense something happening in your hand, the fingers?
Um,
Be candid. It's okay if
not
you don't.
not really yet.
All right. All right. Now move your hand around a little bit and tell me if you notice any difference in your fingers. And be candid, please. And some people experience it right away. Other people experience it 5 minutes later, or walking
Yeah,
down the street, you know.
yeah, it's
And
about the same.
okay, let's see what happens with it, because I know the prayer has been said.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, my honor,
Appreciate that.
my pleasure. And so don't be disappointed if you don't see an immediate thing. Uh,
Mhm.
we develop these things, and um, uh, usually we're the cause of some of those things.
Mhm.
And then it's because we caused it through our thinkings, our understandings, whatever, if that should be the case,
Mhm.
other things have to come into motion for them to dissipate, and for the things that bother us to dissipate. So let's see what
Okay.
happens with this.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
great.
you, Mark.
Oh, my pleasure. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
All righty. Jen, anything in particular you'd like me to work with? Anything you can think of, hon? Are you there? There you go.
Okay, can I have a medley? Can I have brain, heart, spine, vascular, and neurological?
Eyeballs.
Yeah, vascular, neurological, kind of just a overview, please. And a little extra. So if somebody else needs it, I can transfer that good energy to them as well, please.
Oh, be my honor. Let me ask a blessing. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. How do you feel? Okay.
Well, you gave it, I absorbed it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You rock. You rock. Nancy. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Jen. Nancy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. I'm just
All right.
going.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Mike, how's your knee?
I'll have to wait until I get up and stuff and move around.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, my pleasure. How you doing, Patty? And hopefully Mark will say how he's doing later.
I'll get the hose and shove it down his mouth.
And turn on the spigot, you know.
High speed.
Yeah.
Mark, my intestines have improved. They're not gone. The pain isn't gone, but it is remarkably improved. Thank you so much.
Good. Let's see what more transpires from all this. Everything will make it easier for you, and hopefully I pray for Mark as well.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Sure, sure. And Kavita, how you doing? How are your eyes? Any word? Are you there, Kavita? All right. Aria, how you doing, hon? Are you there?
Hi,
All
yes,
right.
I am.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I have a good sense of peace. Thank you.
Excellent. Oh, that's fine. That's beautiful. Lovely. And Fatumata, how you doing, hon? Are you
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Original before coming, right? I wanted, to ask like for something different,
Mm-hmm.
but then I changed my mind. But I guess
Good.
that's why I got the heat because
All right. So tell me something. Um, if you try to think of that emotional dilemma, can you think of it, or is it changed, or is it the same, or worse, or what?
actually it's psychological. I was, it was psychology. So I just, when I look up, I thought it was emotional, but no, it's psychological. So
Okay. All
that's
right.
why, I couldn't.
That's fine, hon. That's fine. Good. And Angie, how you doing, hon?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let me see, this finger, maybe a little bit better.
All right. Let's see what more transpires. All right.
Yeah, I hope.
You know, sometimes people will tell me, "Oh my God, it's immediately better," and then there's a few people that say, "Oh, as soon as I left, something happened," and then other times, some people will say, I was walking down the street 2 weeks or 2 months later, and when did it leave me?" They don't know, and so
Yeah, I hope.
so
Thank
let's see what
you.
happens.
Okay,
All
thank you so
right.
much.
Oh, thank you, and please, everyone, if it's within your heart, go to the website, and there's a gifting tab somewhere, either on the right side or at the bottom. I don't even know anymore where. And then if anyone wants an appointment, let me know, and we'll go a lot further. Any other comments or questions, please? I can try to answer. Please. Anything. All right. Well, we'll say our adieus, and blessings to everyone, blessings and peace, and blessings and health. And thank you very, very much.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Thank you,
And
Mark.
Mark,
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Mark, I
Bye.
give you a blessing right back, so I hope you get it.
Thank you. How could I not? Okay.
Be blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
And join
guys.
us next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.